beautiful Monteleo from the north side. That's your red flag. The red flag means that we will transition into yellow flag. When yellow flag comes, that means we got a minute left in this heat. Here comes semifinal heat of the double, heat number 32 of the 2022 SOMWR Cabo Verde PWA World Cup. It is Marcilio Brazinho Browne, former world champion, versus Camille Juban, who does have an IWT championship to his name, which has qualified him many times over for the PWA championship. I don't know what Camille's best result overall on the PWA tour is, but he's put in his time. Let the record show that Camille Juban deserves to be here. 7 heats sailed in this event today. That's a monster run through the double elimination. And that's a huge body of work. And like I said, momentum's a funny thing, you guys. And the momentum Camille Juban has right now is going to be put to the test, because he's against ultra prepared and super capable Brazinho the Destroyer. Camille is probably in a pretty blissful state here. Yellow flag's up. We're under a minute. He's probably thinking to himself, I've really done well to get this far. Why not try to win this thing? But at the same time, he has gotten into the world title equation based on his run through this double elimination. And he is thankful for the opportunity. And all of his friends, myself included, are very proud of him. He's already fended off the world's best. This is not something that is out of the realm of possibility. And the green flag is up, and this heat is on. And Brazinho is on a wave in this exchange, and so is Juban. And Juban has the attention of the judges, but he kicks out of that wave. And here comes Brazinho, really looking like he's on a good one to start this. Browne the Destroyer sights his target. Target acquired. Lightning bolt bottom turn. Perfect execution on the off the top. And he goes around on a stand-up Taka attempt that just got a little bit unwounded. I see him make those 100 times a day. Not that time. Almost, though. It looked a little bit under-rotated. Camille Juban getting his first score. Getting his first score. Brazinho looked like he had the wave he needed. It's still going to be a really good score. He just didn't nail the Taka. The Taka being that 360-degree off the lip rotation into the wind helitack style. This could be Taka versus goiter heat. Taka's on lockdown with Brazinho, but he does really good goiters too. And Brazinho's on a wave straight away. Stalls his rig. A couple extra pumps to get some amplitude. And a tweaked air. Super tweaked. If you realize how tweaked out that was, you're going to have to slow-mo that thing. That was jaw-dropping from Brazinho. The tweak is a fascinating move. It's basically like a backwards tabletop with a little extra amplitude to it. Brazinho is the master of the tweak. Very, very good at those. Camille Juban on a very nice wave here, right in front of Brazinho. What does he have in him? Does he have the goiter? Does he have the make? He doesn't. He doesn't get the board back into it. Blows him out the back. Close call for Juban. And nothing but relief for Brazinho, who blew up on his own attempt on his Taka. Juban and Browne going to town here at Little Hoquipa. The yellow Goya heading out. The locals having a barbecue. They probably hear like whether or not there was a competition or not. They're probably just like planning on coming here. What's going on here, they think. Final day of the 2022 SOMWR PWA Cabo Verde World Cup. Caicachuring, aka Flycatcher, bringing it to you on delay. Here comes Brazinho. Faded to the bottom turn. Beautiful release of energy off the top. Keeps his speed up, keeps his energy moving. This is like the first day he's been healthy enough to sail, and he springs into a... Can he pull it out? No, he doesn't pull out the goiter, unfortunately for Brazinho, leaving the door open for Juban. This is an even exchange here, and someone's going to connect it. Right now, nobody has fully connected yet. They are swinging for uppercuts and knockout blows, though. Really nice shots from the camera crew. High praise for Cliff Webb and the gang. You guys are doing a great job. Juban sailing out fully powered, where that's not really a problem here at this particular location. Back at the point breaks, if you are this powered going out, you are going to be so overpowered on the wave that you can probably not even ride it. But this spot is a little more sideshore in its wind orientation, and therefore it lends itself to the sail size choices that you see here. Guys are riding powered, and that doesn't only help them on the way out and in the selection, it's allowing these boosty type of maneuvers as well. Beautiful shot of our two competitors in this pivotal heat. Juban on the first wave, Brazinho on the second. They are both going to ride these waves. Here goes Juban, sheets in and engages his bottom turn, bleeds off his speed off the cutback. It's a smaller wave than Brazinho's, and Juban finishes the line. Here comes Brazinho, first hit of his wave, and it's a one-hit wave. Not going to be a difference maker. Brazinho kind of feels like he needs a reset. He'd rather just like restart this heat. But it's just about the first stanza of it. The first exchanges have happened, and Brazinho hooks in and heads out. Full of intent. Juban riding left in your screen. This is more just of a positional thing. Juban has jibed on a wave, and he has jibed off of the wave. I think his eyebrows kind of got a little raised. He realizes who he's against. Brazinho can flip a heat with the flick of a wrist. Surgically precise riding on behalf of both of these riders. And Brazinho's on a proper wave. Juban heading out with Brazinho heading in on a nice wave. This is Brazinho's moment to take control of this heat. Marcilio Browne, the destroyer, bottom turns, mid-face line to get a goiter, and he makes it. Perfect goiter over the section. Brazinho knows exactly what that means. And Camille just took a dent in his armor. Whether it's a crack in the armor, it's a solid dent. Brazinho heads out. Camille Juban on what looks like a very, very good scoring opportunity for him. He's got a lot of power in his sail. As Brazinho passes him down low, Camille keeps heading upwind, building his apparent wind, building his case, building his house. Camille Juban sheets in, bleeds a lot of speed. He's playing straight into the judge's category of vertical approach. But unfortunately for him, the wave doesn't cooperate past that one opening turn. And while it might be a walk in the park for the rotational moves, the bread and butter of wave sailing is based on top to bottom riding, vertically under the lip, making contact, and doing so with a lot of power and a lot of speed and flow. And we are really lucky to keep having these conditions here. Cape Verde has provided us everything we could have ever asked for in an 8-day window. And we are very blessed and very thankful that this event has happened in the manner in which it has unfolded. And thank you again to our sponsors, SOMWR, kicking down the prize money for the 2002 Cabo Verde PWA World Cup. Marcilio Browne, Brauzinho, checking his wave, Juban outside of him. These 1-2 exchanges are definitely riveting. Brauzinho is on what will be a little bit of a grower here. Here comes his bottom turn. He grips wide, doesn't get the rotation, blasts through the lip. Will this end with some sort of fireworks? He heads downtown, one-handed goiter, make. And he just lets go of the rig because it was bone dry on the reef. He made that one-handed. Not the biggest wave, though. Camille Juban may or may not have seen that, and Camille Juban may or may not care. He knows he's in his own sphere of competing, and it's almost like he's competing against himself, ultimately. And he has the wave to do it. Here's the bottom turn, and he goes for his own one-handed goiter attempt. Is it enough to make it back in the wave? He is going to re-enter, and it is going to count. And it is going to compare to Brauzinho's score. Juban is every bit as much competing for this moment, for the right to sail against Rodinger, and for the right to win this contest. What a battle, as our onlookers are filming this closely. All fans of windsurfing appreciate riding at this level. Whether or not they're competing, no matter where they're from, we give respect to this type of skill. Above all else, it is skill on display. As Juban and Browne head out together, both of these riders, consummate professionals in their respective group. Brauzinho, hailing from Brazil, moved to Maui, close to 15 years ago, maybe just about something like that. Camille's always been, coming to Maui for spells of time, putting in the work, and then heading off to Pozo and training. And here comes Juban, bottom turning on a nice offering. Brauzinho's behind him. Juban kicks out. Here comes Brauzinho. This is the exchange. They both back out. Green flag is still up. This is a top 3 deciding heat here. All of these riders are on the podium now. Brauzinho, Juban, and Rodinger, who is waiting to face the winner of this heat. Juban tacks on an absolutely beautiful offering with Brauzinho behind him. This is a 1-2 exchange for the ages. Let's watch as Juban sets up on a really nice looking wave. Bottom turns cleanly under the lip, gets kind of a stock sky air. His ride's not over. Brauzinho's setting up behind him. Camille gets his third hit. This one ran a little fat down low. It's not over yet, but he kicks out. Some of these waves run fat down low. Here comes Brauzinho. Bottom turns right in front of Juban and flies through the one-handed goiter. Maybe that was more of a taka hit because he rotated horizontally, but he didn't make it. And was that the exchange that will decide this? We are about to find out. The green flag's still up. We're still rolling here at the 2022 SOMWR PWA Cabo Verde World Cup. Everybody's eyes are fixed on these two competitors making the most of these conditions. Everybody is gripped in the suspense that is created by what is happening here, the exchange of these rides. The judges forced to make very, very calculated decisions and judgments based on the riders' trajectory, approach to the wave, size of the wave, and execution of their maneuvers. And believe me, nobody's leaving anything on the table at this point. Fire everything you've got against your competitor. You're going to need every single shot. Browne knows this. Browne's been in several heats in his career with the level of importance of this. But this has a little bit to do also with world title implications. And Browne's always been in the mix for a world title since he's been competing. And he kicks out knowing that experience trumps enthusiasm. Here comes Juban. What does he have to work with? A little bit of an upper wave, a couple little crispy looking sections to hit. He sheets in, builds his apparent wind, and rockets downwind into this. Oversheets, gets under it. The vertical approach, ladies and gentlemen, the vertical approach. And he slashes his turns, combining these moves, one-handed air, and done with that. Browne on a great looking wave with a little bit of an upper corner to it. Watch how this one opens up now. Browne's probably, doing the math. What has he got in him here? What's this wave going to allow him? He's going to drop in straight. Bottom turn under the lip, first hit. Second bottom turn, second hit. And that's what that wave allowed. A two-hit wave. Browne having a very solid heat. No doubt about it. Juban able to play into the hands of the judges, basically just doing what they're asking the competitors to do. The vertical approach, fast and decisive riding. Both of these sailors are delivering it. This one is just anybody's game right now. I really like how Browne has approached this heat. He probably would not have been able to sail yesterday, definitely not the day before. He looks like he's lost a fair amount of weight too. I mean, you come here and get that bug, it's a stomach bug that I think it's just a question of acclimating. It's like going to Bali Belly. And it happens anywhere. Just got to be careful. And he's kicked it. And he's doing just fine. Very strong rider mentally as well is Browne. Quiet confidence. Doesn't listen to all the noise. Knows what to focus on, which is his own intent at winning his second world wave title. The last one he won was over 8 years ago. And he's been in contention every year, with a couple of the years where he's finished second in situations which were just too close for comfort. Here comes Juban. Beautiful rail work from Juban. Maybe a bigger wave behind him that he could have, should have, would have. And Camille, for the first time in a while, looks a little bit out of sorts. Energy level's a hard thing to maintain. But the other thing that's hard to maintain is this run of catching the right waves and being in the right spot at the right time. As we zoom out to the lineup, the empty lineup except for Browne. as Juban is now going to get back into the arena and get back into some scoring. Brazinho looks to have picked up something on the outside. We will wait to see what it is. Both of these guys sailing a really solid heat. Green flag still up. We're still rolling here. Brazinho is focusing on a wave, and he engages his inside rail to get to the power point of this wave. He sheets out and pops a one-handed goiter and disappears into the white water, and I don't think he made it. Juban behind him, lip line floater, redirects, one more move, kind of a double wraparound. I don't think the judges are like overwhelmed by it, but I have been surprised at times what the basic type of wave riding has scored based on the fundamental approach of it. Was it vertical? Was it critical? Well, then the judges are happy. Both our sailors heading out. Plenty of wind still. And definitely some time. It's 5:30. There's an hour left of daylight here. Kudos to the organizers for pulling the trigger on this and continuing.